Hi guys, Titleist Ambassador, the Jazzy Golfer here. Happy International Women's Day. In honour of today, Titleist and I have asked you guys to pose me some questions about my golfing journey and my thoughts on women's golf. So here are all the answers. So I got into golf on a family holiday in Portugal about 4 years ago now. I was bored of driving the buggy around, to be honest, and they told me to have a go. Thought I played hockey at quite a high level, so surely it can't be that difficult, and it turns out it is. However, after hitting loads of balls that kind of ran along the floor and went in the water in all sorts of different directions, I hit one pitching wedge that went right next to the pin, exactly where I wanted it to go. And from that moment onwards, I was totally hooked. It's a good question. Funnily enough, my dad has played golf since as long as I can remember, but perhaps because of the fact that I'd never seen or known another woman or girl play golf and I didn't have any role models to look up to, I'd never seen it as a sport for me, and that's why I didn't take it up earlier. Yeah, I think had I been introduced to golf at a younger age, I definitely would have tried it, and I think the same applies for perhaps many girls. I'd love to see golf as part of the sport curriculum in schools, regardless of where they're located. There's a lot of great work being done by charities like the Golf Foundation and the Golf Trust that bring golf into communities. Whether they've got a field or a sports hall, they can kind of adapt it accordingly. So yeah, I think I'd love to see more golf in schools, and I think that would have a real impact on getting more juniors and young people into the sport. I love this question, so thank you for asking it. I think you've got to be patient. Golf can be quite hard and intimidating, especially at the beginning. I think you've got to keep it fun and be encouraging. That's really important. I'd recommend lessons. Obviously, a great opportunity to pick up the basics, and group lessons can be a great opportunity for women to meet like-minded people who are at the same level of golf as them, and they can develop some great friendships. I'd recommend to introduce her to some role models that she can look up to and also get some advice from. And I think call out sexism and discrimination when you see it, because having male allies in this fight is really important. I absolutely love mixed events. I was lucky enough to work with the Men's European Tour in 2019 at the Golf Sixes, and I attended it the year before. I also am really looking forward to the Scandinavian Mixed, hosted by Annika and Henrik this year, as well as the ISPS Handa World Invitational. I think these events are fantastic because men and women can compete side by side, and it also gives a great platform for these incredible female athletes to show what they're really capable of. I think it's been great to see a lot of discussion around the potential of having tees based on ability rather than gender. And I think by changing gendered language around tees, it definitely removes an element of stigma associated with it. Also, I think it's really important to note that not all women play off the front or the reds. Obviously, professionals will play off a tee further back, as will single figure handicappers, and not only women play off the front or the reds. You've got juniors that do, seniors that do, beginners that do, and shorter hitters will also sometimes prefer to hit off a more forward tee. I think that Ladies' Days have enabled women to develop their own communities within golf clubs and perhaps feel more a part of the golf club environment. However, I do think that as we move towards getting more diverse and younger golfers into the game, that perhaps a Tuesday or midweek event / competition is not going to be fit for purpose, because many women have jobs or commitments midweek and many girls are at school. So, a midweek event is not going to be as accessible, and perhaps would be preferable to have a weekend event instead. This is a tough one to put down into just 3 short points, but if I had to, I would say talk to women and girls and find out exactly what they want, ensure that they're involved in decision-making processes, and ensure that they have equal access and equal representation at the golf club. Another great question. So I think I'd like to continue to create content that shows golf is a fun sport for everyone. I want to continue to promote and tell the stories of the incredible women and girls that we have in this industry. And on a personal level, I would love to get down to a single figure handicap by next year. Big ask, but I'm going to go for it. So for the last 2 years, I've been playing with the AP1 irons, a TS2 driver, and some black matte Vokey wedges. I have no idea what I'm going to get fitted for, but I'm really excited for it. I do love the look of their new TSI metals, and I've seen a really funky blue slate Vokey wedge that I think would look really cool with some jazzy stamping on it. So really excited to get fitted, and I cannot wait. So that's all from me. Thank you for all of your questions. Thank you to Titleist for hosting, and happy International Women's Day again. If there's anything else you want to know about me, then please do not hesitate to get in touch.